Coach, thanks for joining us for this preseason interview here, and we're going to talk about the upcoming season and the excitement of Lindenwood hockey. First of all, let's just start out with the season in general, your expectations. You guys have one of the hardest, if not the hardest, schedule in the ACHA this season.
Yeah, we're pretty fortunate that there's an awful lot of teams that want to play us, and also we want to play them, but it comes into past history, and pretty fortunate that in our upcoming season, it's another difficult season. I book the hardest season possible because it prepares us for a national tournament. And a national tournament is having some type of confidence that you can win big games. It prepares you and really accelerates the development of the players. So all of our games this upcoming season, teams finished in the top 10, other than 3, but they've all been in the top 20. So it's every game is going to be a challenge.
Some of the highlights of the season, you traveled to Minot State in a rematch of the championship game. Maybe talk about that matchup a little bit.
Well, that's a team that it was a fantastic team last year. You know, I think the caliber of the ACHA is developing, getting better. The coaching is getting better. Minot has always had a strong program. It always seems like we have played them in the past in the national tournament. But for the title game and to get beat and lose handedly, it's nice to go back there and see exactly what they have in their home rink.
And for the first time in program history, the team Lindenwood hosts the CSCHL conference tournament in February.
I'm looking forward to that. We're hosting the Central States League. It is something where all the teams in the league are quality programs. I think that it really shows in itself. We're all but one finished in the national tournament. The competition within is great, but to be able to host it in a nice venue that we have here is something I'm looking forward to.
And how about your general thoughts and expectations about this season as compared to last, your recruiting class coming in, and the general outlook of the program?
My recruiting is an ongoing process where I'm on the phone constantly. I'm fortunate enough to have a lot of contacts and networks in the various leagues across Canada and also the States. So being in touch with who's good and who would be a good player for Lindenwood is the primary questions that I ask. We develop quite a substantial database when it comes to projected players, and we've been doing it for years. Our approach is we want to make certain that we narrow it down to players that are coming out of programs that have been coached well. And the next thing we look at is how competitive they are. You know, what's your purpose? Why do you play? And would it be a good fit for us playing at Lindenwood? We found in the past to not get overwhelmed by what leagues they've played in, what type of stats they have. We're actually pretty selective in the quality of person that we're looking for. Doesn't mean that we always get the players that we want. We get an awful lot of no's. But I get no's primarily because I ask difficult questions. The interview process is very important to me. I don't try to run a misdirect or sway because I want to know that for 4 years that a player is here, he's comfortable, he's not concerned with this decision, and I sleep good at night. I don't have to worry about potentially, if I lied or what I said different from one recruit to the next. So recruiting is an ongoing process, and I'm really happy with the type of quality players that we have coming in as freshmen this year.
What are some of the goals for this season?
Well, we have to improve. And when I say we have to improve, that's teaching players how to practice is very important. Understanding the preparation is never at the level that I expect. But to try to build that gap is an ongoing focus that we do as far as the coaching staff. Getting players that don't look at the results but enjoy the means is what's really important. So they learn how to practice here. We want to make certain that that type of player that I have is going to put pressure inside our room. So I tell my returning players that I'm recruiting to replace them, and it's not to disrespect the work and effort that they've put in for 1 year or 3 years. It is to make certain that they recognize that it's a 24-hour-a-day process. For me, always thinking ways to improve Lindenwood hockey, and it's a 12-month sport for hockey players to be competitive at this collegiate level.
And what are some of the strengths going into this season for the team?
Well, I like to have depth, and when I say depth, it's I don't really recruit position-wise. I'm getting the good athlete and the good character person more than anything else. to replace players that we've had a tremendous amount of past and experience from isn't fair to a new player coming in, or is it fair to the players that have left and have graduated? So we want to make certain that in recruiting that we're strong on the back end, we get solid goaltending. Every team that plays against us knows that it's a competitive game, it's a hard game, and we like to score goals. So I think if you look on paper, somebody would see that I've got 6 defensemen that I've recruited in here. It's not so much to show up the defense, it's we didn't score enough goals. So I recruited defensemen, we got to score goals. I got forwards that want to score goals, so I got to get guys and get the pucks to the forward and not spend a whole lot of time in our own zone. So that's been our focus. Forwards, players that have success playing juniors or playing high school or playing at their AAA level doesn't necessarily mean they're going to have success here. The way that we play is we want a puck possession, but also we play 3 zone.
On the last season, you guys had a .500 record overall, but as you said, you really peaked in that postseason tournament. Do you feel that momentum can continue into this season?
No, I think it's a completely new season. It's new players, new outlook, and it has to be. If I look at last season, we lost. It was a failure. If we don't win the national tournament, it's a failure. So for me, that's ways to motivate. It allows me to generate more enthusiasm, more energy as far as to get the right players in and make certain that that type of feeling and sentiment radiates through our program during the summer. You can't be comfortable and soft just because, you went to the dance. Winning it, the people remember who wins it, and Minot State was fortunate enough to beat us.
And what would you say to fans in the St. Louis area at Lindenwood that maybe haven't seen hockey to encourage them to come out and enjoy the game?
Anytime that you can watch college hockey, you watch Lindenwood hockey. College hockey is a fantastic game. Players prep and prepare for weekend games. You're only playing on the weekends, so every game means a lot. On top of it, you're playing for your university. There's so much pride and allegiance in it. It's amazing the emotion and the energy that's involved for 60 minutes. The skill level is fantastic. You're dealing with adults. It's not youth hockey anymore. They're either young adults or late adolescents. The athleticism is phenomenal. We just don't get the marketability or the promotion, primarily because it's not an NCAA 1 program, and it's not the St. Louis Blues. But we have tremendous players here in St. Louis. For me to build a program here in St. Louis, I got to make certain that I'm knocking on the door, and I got to make certain that I get the good players in St. Louis to play for Lindenwood. We're out at Wentzville, Lindenwood Ice Arena. Everybody that has played hockey in St. Louis pretty much knows how to get here. It's right off of 61 and 70. Our games this year are going to be really easy the way we've done the schedule this year, and I say easy, not competitive-wise, but we're playing Saturday, Sunday. Check our website or check the Ice Arena website and follow us on Twitter or Facebook.
Thank you very much,
You're
Coach,
welcome.
and good luck this season.
Thank you.